Tina and I'm back. And I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. If you're also back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. But if you're new and maybe you like what you see, please consider subscribing. We have tons of fun here on the channel talking about makeup and all things beauty. And I am back and trying some new products for you guys. Some products are older in my collection, but I haven't used them on camera yet and I wanted to test them out. And some are new and a little bit viral, so I also wanted to test those out as well. So what are we testing out in this video? First of all, we have an old palette from fall 2024. This is the Too Faced Appley in Love palette. Pull it out if you have it. We're gonna do a simple look with it, but the real star of the eyeshadow look is from Urban Decay. It is their new liquid eyeshadows. So we're gonna try this out. It's actually called the 24/7 Glaze-On Shadow Liquid Eyeshadow. We're gonna test this guy out in this video. I also have this RMS Beauty Eyelights Cream Shadow. So we're incorporating quite a few products in the eyeshadow look. So, you know, we'll test them out. I'll give you my thoughts. We also have a new foundation from Milk Makeup. It is the Hydro Grip Gel Tint. Testing this guy out because I want to see, like, what's the hype? Like, how do we feel about it? I also have this MAC Studio Fix Everywhere All Over Face Pen. We're testing this out as well as a concealer and then incorporating, you'll see as we go through, but we also test out the new Verse Serum Concealer and you'll hear my thoughts about that. I have new powders from Givenchy. The loose setting powders, hold on, where did they go? I put them over here. So these are loose setting powders. These are the mini size. I wanted to try these out. They have been reformulated to remove talc altogether from the formula, and I've heard so many things about it, so I wanted to try them out for myself. And we also have one of the blush filters from Huda Beauty. This is their liquid blush. I picked up a new shade of this. They expanded the shade range and this is one of the newer shades, so we're trying that out, as well as some new lip products. So we have Refi lip pencils. These are neutral lip pencils and the Hourglass lip balms. We're gonna test this out as well. So, oh, I also have these contour sticks from Rare Beauty. These are new to me. They're not new to the line. So I'm testing this out as well. So if you just want to hang out with me, chat, and try some new products, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, guys. So as usual, we're starting off. What was that? Well, I'm stretching, girl. So as usual, we're starting off with a clean, freshly washed face. Filled in my brows, applied my eyeshadow primer, which is my Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion, and went over my lids with my e.l.f. eyeshadow stick. What is it called? I do not need glasses yet, but the writing on these things, they're getting smaller and smaller. You ever seen the little label on the bottom of a component like this? How tiny do they have to make the writing for you? What? Why bother? Why are you bothering at that point? Anyway, this is their eye stylus. So this is the shade Eye Stylus Shadow Stick in the shade Faun. And they don't spell fawn like the dare kind of fawn. You know, they actually spell it F-A-U-N. I don't know why I made a comment about that, but there we have it. Under my brows, there's a little concealer as well. It is my NARS Complete Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Is that right? Did I get it right? Caramel. Anyway, that's all I did to prep my eyes. And now we're gonna just jump right into the look. So I am actually using a palette that I bought last year. I think it was a holiday palette. You already saw from the intro, but this is the Too Faced Appley in Love limited edition eyeshadow palette. I didn't even haul this yet. I didn't even get around to hauling it. It's already like sold out. It's limited edition. It's no longer available. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why? I don't like that. Like, I'm so over it, but I'm going to use my products. I'm going to use my palettes that I bought because one, I bought them, and two, use what you have in your collection. Some of you may have picked this up. This was released during the fall season 2024. And as usual, like Too Faced does their little metal palettes. They had veered away from that recently. They had started releasing these cardboard packaged palettes instead. But this one went back to their metal palettes, and I am absolutely happy about that. So, Appley in Love, it smells like, what is that? You know what it smells like? It smells like a candle, like a apple spice candle. One of them are like, you know the little incense stick them that smells like apple or like cinnamon spice? That's what it smells like. Now, I'm not even gonna use the colorful shades in the palette. I'm strictly sticking to the neutral shades because I want to create a neutral base look since I'm using like a liquid eyeshadow from Urban Decay, and I want to see how that performs. So I'm not even like delving into all the colors that I could delve into. So I am going to start out with Caramel Apple, which is that beige shade, and I'm just using a Sonia Kashuk blending brush. Too Faced is so interesting. Like, since Jared left and they were taken over by, was it Estee Lauder that bought them or was it L'Oreal? You know, those two big conglomerates? Let me find out. Who owns Too Faced? Estee Lauder, okay. Because Urban Decay is under L'Oreal. So that makes sense. So they're direct, to me, Too Faced and Urban Decay are kind of direct competitors. That is a nice shade. And the thing about it is, Too Faced has the potential to make great eyeshadows. I have not really had an issue with Too Faced eyeshadows, especially the ones, well, I should say, specifically the tin palettes. One of my favorite palettes from them was it the gold palette? Was that the name of it? The one with the little drippy gold on it that Makeup Revolution duped? Yeah. Let's talk about dupes. Speaking of, what do you guys think about this new dupe? Well, it's not new. It's not new, but it's like pervasive now. It's like everyone is duping everyone else, and I'm just, what do you guys think? It's not just knockoff brands that are duping like other brands, like mainstream brands. You actually have mainstream brands duping mainstream brands. And the biggest, I wouldn't say the biggest culprit, because at this point they're not the biggest culprit, but one of the main brands that has been doing that and doing it successfully is e.l.f. Cosmetics. They have been duping Charlotte Tilbury products and other like well-known products for a while now. Charlotte Tilbury seems to be the target of most of these dupe brands. It's funny to me, and Charlotte Tilbury is fed up. It's fed up, sick and tired of it. So much so that she's making videos left and right talking about how her brand is undupable. Let's go in now with Orchid Stroll. So this one is a warmer caramel brown. I could have probably used that all over the lid first, or in the crease first as my blending shade, because it's actually lighter than the other shade. But yeah, so much so that Charlotte even made a post, I think it's on her website, about how her brand is undupable. She's done videos about like brands stealing her lipsticks. Remember that video last year that she did? Well, you may not know. She did this video. It was a campaign with influencers as well. Let's go in with Applesauce. This brown. It was piggybacking off of, I believe it was an e.l.f. video as well. Like e.l.f. did a video where they did this mystery type of situation. These brands are doing these little PR videos. I think e.l.f. did it for the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm so out of the loop. Like, tangentially, I know this story, but like the actual details, I don't. Okay? But I believe it was e.l.f. that did that initial video, right? Where they had this mystery setup, like a sleuth, like solving a crime. Because, of course, everybody's into true crime these days. So they kind of went off that trend, and they did like a little commercial, a little ad with that theme in, right? Like trying to figure out who stole the makeup, whatever, right? And then Charlotte Tilbury I'm pretty sure it was e.l.f. now that I'm talking through it. Then Charlotte Tilbury kind of duped that video idea. You see how she did it? So she's like reverse Uno, and she also paired it with this PR stunt where she sent out PR boxes in this large like lipstick box, cardboard box, you know, packaging, because of course you have to go big or go home. It's crazy extravagant what some of these brands do because they want to catch your eye. So they're the brand that you talk about, because when you send out PR, there's no guarantee that the content creator or influencer, this is applying so well. What brush is this? Why it feels so dirty? Is a BH brush? BH Cosmetics. Remember say BH gone out of business. Lord of God. No. Makeup Revolution did buy them, right? Acquire them. I'm gonna see them again though. Anyway, so I'm just gonna keep blending. I love just blending eyeshadow. I don't know, it's soothing for me. But so Charlotte Tilbury had sent out the PR boxes and some of them were empty, right? So when the influencers opened them, I don't know if they knew they were empty. I know Michaela Neguera was a part of it. I don't know if they knew that they were empty and so they were a part of the campaign and they were supposed to act surprised that the boxes were empty, right? So they pull out the little compartments of the box. Nothing's inside the box. And then Charlotte Tilbury did this video now, again, kind of piggybacking off the same theming that e.l.f. did with their video. And she was like, oh, who stole the lipsticks? Like, who stole my lipstick? Blah, blah, blah. And at the end of it, she was like, me, darlings. Like, no one can steal my lipsticks. Da, 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 da. Kind of insinuating, or just, no, she wasn't even insinuating. She's blatantly saying, yo, y'all are trying to dupe my stuff. Y'all are trying to steal my formulas and steal my thunder, but no one compares to me, darling. Like, that's what she was saying, and I'm like cracking up. And most recently, Jen Phelps did a video. I will link. Can I link it over here? I could probably link it and try to link it. I don't remember to link anything, guys, but Jen Phelps here on YouTube, she did a video talking about it. And I watched that video and I'm like, oh, Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte. I love a smoky look. This dark brown is so good. So Charlotte did a post. I don't know if it was a social media post directly or it was on her website, but she posted about how she's undupable. She created all these iconic formulations and how no one can replicate it because, you know, she's so great. She discovered everything and she know what she had talked about and, you know, all these things, which honestly, truly, I would be pissed off too if I did so much to create, you know what? I'm gonna go in with one of them little penciler. I have this one from Rare Beauty. No, let's not. No, let me leave it alone because I want to use this Urban Decay shadow. Well, you know what? Let me see something here because if this, let me use this. So this is an RMS cream shadow. It is in the shade Flare. Oh, I squeezed out way too much. You see, this is the thing about these damn metallic tubes. This is so stupid. Like, didn't you learn from MAC not to do this? MAC used to do their paints in this, their artist paints. I'm just going to, ooh, okay. This is a beautiful cream eyeshadow. Jen Phelps made me get this eyeshadow, by the way. Speaking of Jen. So, yeah, Charlotte Tilbury made this post about how, yeah, I'm on dupe, blah, 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 blah. But she's been saying, oh, that is so nice. That is a nice little cream eyeshadow and it applied really nicely without being crepey. And look how nicely it's blending out. I am getting into these little cream and liquid eyeshadows, guys. They're nice. Okay, you need to blend a little bit faster because this one already set down. So, yeah, Charlotte is fed up and pissed off, especially at e.l.f. I think e.l.f. is the biggest culprit. Because the first thing they duped of hers is the Hollywood Flawless filter. You know, that glowy priming base thing that could be used as a highlighter, could be mixed in with your complexion products. Just that glowy liquid product that she had. Which, it's funny because when she released that initially, no one knew what to do with that product. It was kind of this product that you weren't sure if it was a foundation, if it was a tinted product. This eyeshadow is so pretty. I'm so glad I got this. Oh my god. Oh god. See, now I'm gonna waste this. Let's see if I can squeeze it back in. Whoa, it murder. Look like gone back in or not. It gone back in for the most part. So e.l.f. duped that Hollywood Flawless filter, and their version has been selling like hotcakes. It's flying off the shelves. And Charlotte Tilbury used to tout or boast that, hey, her Hollywood Flawless filter is one of her best sellers. You know, once people figured out what to do with it and that it was so beautiful, it started selling like hotcakes, right? And then here comes e.l.f. duping this product, and they're making it at a more affordable price. And here's where Charlotte fucked up, is that they're duping it with a better shade range, a more expansive shade range. So people like me who didn't really get into the Flawless filter because of the shades. Let me do Apple of My Eye, the shimmery champagne. I think it has some warmth to it, so it should be able to, okay, yeah, great. So it's going with the warmer gold on the eye from the Arma shade. So yeah, Charlotte Tilbury had a limited shade range. Like, she was catering to the fairest of them all, right? And e.l.f. came out and they're like, nah, we gonna dupe it, but we're gonna expand the shade range and make it a lot more inclusive so people with richer skin tones can get a shade, okay? People with paler skin tones can get a shade. Different undertones, like come in, join one, join all, right? So they did that. And since then, Charlotte Tilbury has also expanded her shade range. So honestly, truly, should we be mad at e.l.f. for duping your product and forcing your hand and pushing you to make a more inclusive shade range? I don't think so, honey. Even her, the contour ones, so you know what I'm talking about. This thing with the sponge applicator, right? The shade range for this, I think she originally had 1 or 2 shades that were for light skin tones. Similar to her contour duo, you know, that bronzing, what should it call it? The bronzing something or another, right? So even with that, she only had originally 1 shade. Then she expanded it and had 2 shades, and she's like, this is a dark deep. And I'm like, the dark deep ain't dark enough, sweetheart. So now e.l.f. comes along, does the contour ones as well. And they made a better shade range. So now she's expanded her shade range. They also duped the blush ones, which are same thing, only in blush shades. And so I get it. Charlotte Tilbury's fed up with e.l.f. just replicating her products. And they're using the same packaging, the same concept, the same idea, and kind of doing it better at a better price point. So it's like, I get it. I get why you're hurt. You're butthurt about it. But it's not just e.l.f. that's doing it. We also have other brands, like higher end brands, that are doing that too. So we have this mid-range brand, Tarte. Tarte duplicated the same product. Again, added different shades. They did more of a bronzer rather than a contour. They call in this, well, they do call it Sculpt Tape, and it's a contour. But they have, again, a different shade range. So all these brands came out and they're like duping Charlotte Tilbury. Poor Charlotte Tilbury. You know, and to be fair, imitation may be the sincerest form of flattery, but I'm sure it's hurting her sales, because while before she was the only one with that product, so like the contour wand or the flawless filter, she was the only one with that product. So people who couldn't afford it outright would kind of save towards it. It would be a splurge item for them, right? But now with cheaper alternatives available, like from e.l.f. Here's the e.l.f. one, the Halo Glow. Stop it. But e.l.f. is not like the only drugstore brand that has it. There are other brands that also replicated it. The point is, right, instead of now saving up to splurge on this product that's only available from Charlotte Tilbury, now you have options. You have alternatives that are cheaper, more attainable, okay, for you, more accessible. And e.l.f. is available in Target, and people love going to Target. Charlotte Tilbury, on the other hand, is available at Sephora. Sephora are a little bit more few and far between compared to Target, right? Is Charlotte Tilbury also in department stores? I'm not sure. I don't think so though. I don't recall her being in like a Bloomingdale's. But either way, the stores that she's available in, right, apart from being online, of course, but Sephora, they are a little bit less accessible to foot traffic than Target is, right? And so the competition is intense, and Charlotte Tilbury is feeling the pinch. And so I get it. I get why she would be mad. All right, I'm talking way too much. Let's go in with the product that I wanted to try, which is the Urban Decay. Oh wait, see that now? Look on this. Oh, am I supposed to read this, girl? Let me read it anyway. So this is the glazed liquid eyeshadow. Is that what it's really called? Yeah, it's the 24/7 Glaze-On shimmer liquid eyeshadow. $26 a pop. It contains 0.11 ounce of product or 3.12 grams. There are 6 shades available, and there are like instructions about how to use this. So let me read the instructions, which I really want to pull it up for. Shake to activate. Shake to activate. Let me read the box, you know, because I feel like the box have more. You know what I like about Urban Decay? They're not doing the same. They're not duping products, for instance. They're doing their own thing. This says shake well 5 seconds before use. Fast and easy sensorial application. Really buildable glazed color. Long wearing, resists creasing, fading, and cracking. Alright, so the shade I have is Space Cowboy Intense. Flammable until dry. Do not use near fire, flame, or heat. Avoid direct contact with eyes. If product gets into eyes, do the things. Flush it. Lot of mercy. No animal derived ingredients. It's a vegan formula. Alright. So Urban Decay, let me shake it. There's a little agitator in there. So Urban Decay has found great success with their Moon Dust eyeshadows, right? On TikTok. Ooh, okay. So it's a little brush applicator with a pointed tip, right? And it inserts in here, like it dips in like a little inkwell. Look at the cap. That's cute, right? I like this little rubberized thing. Like, I love the packaging. It's so different. It's so Urban Decay. This is what Urban Decay used to be, okay? And I'm glad to see they're doing like something different. So it's a little short applicator, and you probably can't tell, but there's a little well inside the center tube. So the product comes up through there, and then you get it on the tip of the applicator like so. So you shake it up and it come up there, because the actual applicator doesn't go all the way to the bottom, right? So I'm gonna shake it up. All right, make us see. Let me come in. Is that as zoomed in as I can be? All right, see we here. My side, you ready? So this is Space Cowboy Intense. So Urban Decay saw great success with their Moon Dust shadows, and so they've been like milking that. So they've released additional shades, they've done palettes, and people are eating them up because Space Cowboy is like, yeah, all the rage. Oh, it's a little burny. Hold on, it's a little burny. All right, let me shake again. Shake to activate. See, it comes out on the tip, and it's like a little stylus. It's a little inkwell. I like it. I like the idea of it. And it's a topper shadow. It's not meant to be like a pigmented thing, because the Moon Dust shades are just topper shades, right? They have this glittery vibe to them, and you use them as topper shades. So they're not gonna be extremely metallic. They're just gonna be sparkly. Lord, we should have blended that out for, no, okay, it's still a blend. It's still a blend. All right, so it doesn't dry down immediately. So let me beware before I catch fire. See me, I catch fire. Imagine if I catch fire over here. Let me read the details on this about the product. It's a beginner-friendly, crease-resistant liquid shadow with a built-in brush for long-wearing glazed and glowy eye look in seconds. And the shades they have available are 4 neutral shades and then 2 duochromes. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna need to blend out the edge with the matte then more, you know, like a little better. But I applied it over a shimmer, and it's given more of a sophisticated sparkle. If you want Moon Dust, get a Moon Dust eyeshadow. If you want this little liquid situation, then get this liquid situation. This is giving me something that I would consider wearable. Like, it's glittery, but it's not chunky. It's like microfine shimmer that looks a little bit more sophisticated than like a high shine glitter. If you blend too much, it start pick up. Hold on a little bit. It start pick up. But I love the little sparkle one without it being too intense. Now, do I think you need all these shades? No, because what are you gonna do with all of them? What are you gonna do with all of them? Nothing, because they're very natural looking shades. So probably just get the one that you like the most. I like it, you know. That was easy to apply to with that little brush applicator. And you know what else I appreciate? They're not overly pricey. $26. Like, Urban Decay could have charged $30, even $29 for them, and they did $26, which is not too bad if you ask me. I add one a little, the candy, what name candy apple shade, so the red shade. I'm just add a little bit, you know, I just want to add a little bit more color. You know what I've been noticing? People just want to be negative sometimes just to be negative, and I get it. Negativity sells in this industry. If you make a negative review, and I've been guilty of this, shopping blogs are all about being negative. But the more negative you are, it's almost like the more people want to watch and laugh with you. All that to say, I've seen people dog this liquid shadow, and that's why I wanted to try it myself on camera to see, because I know what I talk about. And I got this during the Sephora sale, so I got 20% off. So that made it almost just $20 for it. Of course, there's tax, so it's 20-something dollars, but I just went in with the cream shade here for the highlight in the palette. No, I'm like, to me, this is a liquid shimmer eyeshadow that I can use, like I said before. I am not mad at that. All right. But yeah, people just are dogging on these shades just to dog on it. And I mean, it's easy to, it's kind of like low-hanging fruit at this point. It's easy to dog on Urban Decay because people keep clowning Urban Decay. But honestly, I feel like they've been doing pretty decent lately. Or is it that I just have a soft spot for Urban Decay? Maybe I just have a soft spot for them because they were one of the first brands that I got into outside of MAC, like makeup brands, because they were fun. They had great, fun, different packaging. They had fun colors. When everybody was doing neutrals, they were doing fun colors. And I just always liked Urban Decay. So maybe I do have a soft spot. It's kind of like I have a soft spot for MAC. Because it's like they're the OG, like they're the brand. Ooh, let me turn this light down. They're the brands that I embraced back in the day. All right, so let's move on to the face. And I'm going to use this Milk Makeup Grip Gel Tint. Grip Gel Tint, that's that name? Hydra Grip. Oh, but forget the Hydra. The Hydra big. And then, okay, so it's the Hydra Grip Gel Tint. All right. 1 fluid ounce. This is the shade number 10. I've realized that sometimes you need to look at the details of the product to see if there are any special instructions. This is $36. Ooh, a lot of the shades are sold out. Let me find out. It's a skin tint, so the shade range is a little limited, but they have deep, rich shades, and they have like a couple of really light shades, but I don't know how that's gonna work for like everybody. But a clean, non-comedogenic 12-hour hydrating gel skin tint with triple powered hyaluronic acid and buildable light to medium coverage for a natural dewy finish. The dewy is not my friend. What do you mean dewy? I don't want no dew. Highlighted ingredients, we have triple power hyaluronic acid, aka triluronic acid, trademarked. Triluronic. I like it, milk. I like yeah, that nice. Combines 3 molecular weights to deeply hydrate and support your skin barrier. Oh, because the molecular weight affects the absorption. So lower molecular weight, if I'm correct, absorbs better. I don't know, correct me. Niacinamide, squalene, and aloe water help boost moisture and visibly smooth skin. All right, niacinamide is in everything. Squalene is also one of those skincare products that is in everything. And blue agave extract keeps makeup gripped on up to 12 hours. So, oh yeah, said to me, talk to me, a long wear skin tint that won't fade, crease, or settle into lines, infused with amped up. Talk to me, clinically proven. So no, in a consumer perception study, note how they say it, consumer perception study, completely objective. Somebody fill out a survey to tell you how them perceive themselves, okay? And you can ask, because I've done these consumer studies before. I used to do testing for Estee Lauder products. So I would go and collect the products. Sometimes they had you come in person and sit with like a couple of their personnel to talk about it. But I would do the testing of the product. So usually you would get the product, right? No label, nothing. So you never knew what it was. You just knew, well, you never knew what brand it was. You just knew it was a new product that was coming out. You knew that was a new product. Right. So now, it's a foundation, it's a mascara, it's a brow pencil, whatever. What do you think about it, right? And they'll ask you questions, but these questions can be lead-in questions, so they can lead you into the answer that they're looking for. So, consumer perception study of 29 people using the product in a 12-hour and 28-day period. So they did 12 hours and 28, okay? And that's kind of what I would do, right? So you would go in and they would say, come in without makeup, apply the product there while you're there and give them the feedback. They'll ask you the questions, whatever. And then take it home, use it daily, and then come back and fill out the survey, right? And then pay you, you know, then pay you. Some used to do it and get a little extra money, right? So 100% said it does not cake or look patchy. That's kind of easy if it's a gel tint. Like, how's it gonna cake and look patchy? Easy. 100% said it doesn't irritate skin. Not as easy, but if you have ingredients that don't, and it also depends on the type of people too. But then they do the selection by complexion, skin type, like if you have sensitive skin, oily skin, like they try to get a good sample set. 96% say skin looks and feels smoother with a fresh, dewy glow. All right, I'm not gonna even keep on going. Skin tint, it come in this squeezy tube. It's coming like a glaze, coming out like a glaze. It's not really watery. All right, it go on. So I'm going to use this brush that I have from Juvia's Place. It is the J302 Cream Foundation Brush. Okay, so this, just based on how it came out the tube, it's a little stickier. Yeah, it definitely came out like it was thicker, like a little heavier kind of a product, not really runny or highly viscous. Wait, viscosity. The high viscosity means it's thick, right? Low viscosity means it's running. Viscosity is a measure of fluid's resistance to flow or deformation, right? Describing how thick and sticky it is. Yeah, honey has a higher viscosity and resists more. Right, so this is more viscous. It has a higher viscosity than other skin tints that I've tried. So it's thicker. It's not as runny. And that, I'm thinking, is owing to that the gel, the Hydro Grip that they have in it. I think they're incorporating some of the Hydro Grip ingredients from their Hydro Grip primer, which is a gripping sticky primer that helps your foundation adhere to the skin. Did I tell you that I use the MAC primer? I didn't even mention it, right? This is the MAC Studio Fix Mattifying 12-hour shine control primer, just on my T-zone because I'm oily. But this guy incorporates that Hydro Grip primer, which is gonna be stickier. And it definitely is sticky. You can feel it when you apply that primer. All right, so right, back to the duping thing that we were talking about. So Charlotte Tilbury is fed up and pissed off, so much so that she is making continuous posts. First, it was that video that we were talking about that she did. She did that little PR stunt with the video, and I don't think that went over that great. I don't know, like, did people really care? Like, no one is crying for Argentina, okay? No one is really out here feeling bad for Charlotte Tilbury because she is a multi-millionaire. She's a rich lady. So I don't, like, okay, all right, eat the rich. Like, we don't care. We don't care if you're losing sales. We don't care if the competition is taking away a lot of your customers. We don't care. However, I can understand your pain, and you can cry all you want, but no one really feels bad for you. You have these high priced products. Not everybody can afford it, and if e.l.f. is gonna make it more approachable and accessible for other people, oh well. However, okay, like I said, all these brands, it was done before, but it was usually done, the duping thing was usually done by small brands that were just like, okay, I'm gonna replicate these products. But it has now transferred over, and e.l.f. has made it a part of their personality. And I don't know how long they can continue to do that before it low-key becomes annoying. Where are your own products? Like, where is your innovation? What you're doing is taking the idea, right, and the innovation from another brand that put their money into the research and paid all these people to create these innovative products. Sometimes it's not even that innovative, but create these innovative products, have new ideas, and creating a product that's unique to their brands for you to then come and copy their homework, right? But you're just changing the name. You know, how far can that take your brand itself? And I guess they're doing well so far. I mean, e.l.f. is coming a long way. They're coming from eyes, lips, face, where it was $1 for each of their products. That's how they started, and then they bumped it up to $3, and now their products are $7, $10, $14 a pop. And they were doing like those little cheap, like cheap. When I say cheap, them brush used to feel like straight plastic, them scratchy, but they were affordable, and now they have become almost like a staple for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people are using e.l.f. Before, most people wouldn't be caught dead using e.l.f., and they have transformed their brand into this, oh, okay, it's okay to use a more affordable brand because they have fun products and good products. At this point, they have made some really great products. So they have made headway into the industry, and they're now actual competition for Charlotte Tilbury. Before, that was unheard of. Like, e.l.f. compared to Charlotte Tilbury, ew, like, no, right? And now a person that uses Charlotte Tilbury or uses Too Faced, Urban Decay, those mid-range brands, or even uses like a Laura Mercier, Huda Beauty, a Makeup by Mario, those kinds of clientele, those customers, now will use e.l.f. So they have used their duping approach to leverage the popularity of certain products and therefore kind of heighten the status of their own brands. And they're one of the only brands that I've seen to truly do it, to start out low priced and then consistently increase their prices, and nobody is balking at that. And typically that's not easily done at all, because if you start off at a low price, you're expected to stay at that low price. Even though people say, hey, you can always increase your prices later. No, you can't. You have to start out where you think you're going to land. And Samantha Ravindall spoke about this when she created her brand, Auric Cosmetics, where she said they're pricing their products at this higher mid-range price point, comparable to like a Lisa Eldridge or even a Charlotte Tilbury, because Auric Cosmetics also did their glowy filter product, right? Because again, Samantha Ravindall was inspired by Charlotte Tilbury. So Charlotte Tilbury had something going with that glow product, right? The filter, flawless filter. So much so that Auric started out with the Glow Lust. That's a dupe, pretty much a dupe, but doing it a little bit different, a little bit better. This product feels really nice on the skin. There is definitely a glow, and it's not as sticky as it started out. So it started out sticky, and now it's set down. Kind of similar to how the Hydro Grip Primer, you know, kind of sets down too. So Samantha was saying that you have to position yourself where you want to be. You can't start low and then hike up your price, because people are never gonna buy, or your customers that you started out with are not gonna, you know, adjust well to the price increases. Makeup Geek is guilty of this. They started out low cost and then they hiked the prices up, and people didn't really grow with them. They were like, girl, your prices used to be here and now they're here. Like, who do you think you are, right? So Samantha was like, listen, I'm here. You're either with me or you're not with me. I don't have to start out low and do these price increases to get my brand where it needs to be. Like, this is my position in the game. This is where I want to be. This is how I want to be seen. I don't want to be a low price brand. I want to be here, right? And start it out there, boom, bomb. And a lot of brands just do that. Start out where they want to be. The only brand that we've seen so far that I can say I've seen go from a low, like really low, a dollar, to slowly elevating their products, the quality, the packaging, all that. They've elevated now where they can charge a higher price and people are paying it. No questions asked. Like, people are like, yeah, okay, $14 for e.l.f. Yeah, no problem, right? So let me tell you another brand that tried to do that, Patrick Ta, and it bit him in the butt. Patrick Ta started pretty average, I would say, for a mid-range brand like Urban Decay, Too Faced pricing. That's where he started. And then recently, in the last couple of years, the prices went up, okay? His eyeshadow palette that he launched, $69. And everybody was like, who you talk to? Patrick is who you talking to. His foundation was also like a $70 foundation. That's not the exact price, but you know what I mean? $70. And so you're pricing yourself out of your customer base because that price point now is high end. You were hitting the mid-range consumer right here. Now you're going above Dior, above Gucci, above Pat McGrath. You're up, like, that's not how you started. Like, what? Like, who are you? And he's gotten backlash with that foundation. I know that foundation got hella backlash for the price point. His palette also got backlash because they're like, who you talking to? And then most recently, the eyeshadow duos, because people are like, who do you think you are for pricing an eyeshadow duo at $42, you know? And then he made that silly little video talking about how, oh, you know, the pearls are the finest in the world. And people are like, nah. Plus, you aren't paying creators of color. No, get out of here. So e.l.f. used the duping culture, the duping approach to elevate their brand, and they've done a good job. They've succeeded, right? And Charlotte is so upset. Charlotte is very upset. And like I said, I understand it, but woe is me. I don't feel bad for a rich white woman. I don't care. Not in this economy, girl. And especially now, e.l.f. is succeeding because COVID hit, prices went up, inflation skyrocketed, right? And now with the new tariffs and the recession on the horizon, girl, e.l.f. is going to see even more sales because of that. Because people are now going to be priced out of Charlotte Tilbury's price point. And they're going to be like, e.l.f. is a great alternative. Because not only are they giving me similar products, the similar products are also priced well and have similar quality. Not the same, I'll give you that, it's not the same, but similar quality. So why am I spending all this money on Charlotte? I can still get my fix without spending or shilling out that much money. But some brands have taken it too far. Revolution Beauty, for instance, they have duped some products that annoy the hell out of me. And you know what? To be fair, let me think about this for a minute, because why am I mad at Makeup Revolution and Revolution Beauty, but I'm not as mad at e.l.f.? How did e.l.f. accomplish that? I don't know, like, how they did it. Like, Makeup Revolution will leave a bad taste in my mouth, but e.l.f. I'm like, you know? And even Tarte got flack for their dupe, but I'm like, I don't feel that bad. But then you have a brand like Makeup Beauty that recently launched in Target, oh my god. So I'm going in with this MAC Studio Fix Everywhere All Over Face Pen. This is, I don't know, like, it's supposed to be a concealer corrector. I don't know what to try be, but what it is like a thicker foundation concealer business. Yeah, because it said all over face pen. It come in like it's supposed to be a concealer, but then it's not. Anyway, I'm going with it. What was I saying? Makeup Beauty in Target. They are like, they came out as a complete dupe brand. Like, complete. They're not even pretending that they aren't. All their products, why this a burn? Every single product. I have NC44 in this product. Maybe I should have gotten an NC45. Because this, no, the NC45 is a little warmer, a little peachier. This one has a neutral undertone. So I'm gonna just vibe with that one, yeah. So MCO, okay, let me show you some of the products that they've launched. These products are straight dupes, not even pretending that they aren't dupes. The packaging is pretty much the same as the products they're duping. The names are very, very similar, if not almost identical to the products, again, that they're duping. Like, they're not even trying to pretend they're not copying Charlotte Tilbury's homework, right? They're not even pretending. That leaves a really terrible taste in my mouth. Like, I don't want to try MCO Beauty now, because why are you doing that? Like, you're being a little bit too obvious with what you're doing. Alter Ego is another brand that has done that duping thing. They duplicate color stories, like exact eyeshadow color stories, like from eyeshadow palettes. They dupe Huda Beauty, Natasha Denona. Who else have they done? I think those are the main, like the two main brands they've duped. I don't know that they've done Pat McGrath. I almost called her Patricia. Can you imagine? Dame Pat. I don't know that they've duplicated, yeah, Pat. I think it's just Huda and Natasha Denona. Which, by right, who cares? This is not giving me a lot of coverage, this concealer. It's really a foundation product, right? That is not really doing too much. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it in a... Should I do another concealer? I almost feel like I have to. So I'm gonna grab this Versed concealer. This is a serum concealer. It's a lightweight concealer as well. Maybe just under my eyes too dark. This is from Versed. I love their skincare. There's one of their face... Is it just one face? No, them have a couple of face wash, but the face wash is one of my favorite face washes. The one in the blue packaging with the pump. Love that so much. I love it. All right, so this is the Versed, like I said, serum concealer. Shade is 9N. So they recently, Versed that is, that just blend, wait. That just blended all the way, wait. Let me try it. Concealer. No, wait, it just, what Lord have mercy. That never do, boy, that never do nothing, girl. Not one concealer was left under my eyes. Una don't want me conceal today. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Let me go in with my bronzing sticks. So I have these Rare Beauty contour sticks. What are they called? Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick. I have two shades. I have Warm Energy, no, Good Energy, which is very warm, so I'm gonna use that as what boy murder. Oh, it warm, so girl, let me blend it out first, because that is extremely warm. Hold on, let me go in with this Morphe brush. That is extremely warm. It has a very soft, almost silicone texture. The way, oh, okay, that blend, I was getting nervous for a little bit. I was like, hold on, that look a little too warm. Like it look orange, don't it? Look there. Orange, don't. Orange. But then it blend out to just like a little warmth. Okay. That is cute. That's a subtle warmth. That is subtle warmth. I like, let me put some here so. Come and like, oh, I do just a little. Hey, let me warm up your skin a bit. This Morphe brush, by the way, excellent brush. I really like it for bronzer. I, in fact, really like these Morphe brushes. There's a video coming up. I'm hoping to film it right now because I have a little bit of a break. My baby is with my mom. My mommy is really helping me. She's like, bring the baby, come. Leave her with me, and then you can film and do like what you need to do at home, and then come get her, and then you do the nighttime shift, right? Really helpful, because then I can get stuff done, and it's nice, it's nice. Plus my mom, low-key, I feel like she just wants the baby. Because she loves the baby so much. She loves her so much. And she's a very lovable baby. And I think she also reminds my mom of me because she looks like me a bit. Not too much. She kind of have her own little face, but she looks a lot like me. And I feel like my mom is just enjoying having a newborn, especially since she's not a really like hard baby to take care of. She's not very fussy. She's a good baby. So there we go. Oh, I didn't even tell you what was going on. Me just like go. So now I'm go in with the next shade where my have is good. Wait. Good Energy and Always Sunny. So Always Sunny is the warm one. The warm one. And then Good Energy is a cooler tone one. So I use that for the contour. Okay, okay. Rare Beauty, you can keep. Okay. So, right. These brands that are just outright duping other products without any kind of hesitation. Like, they don't care. I really need a warm tone blush right now, but I want to use the liquid blush filters from Huda Beauty, and I feel like, you know what, let me try to use Latte. So they came out with some new shades. This is not a new product, but it's new to me because I have not tried these before, and I picked up 2 of the shades. I picked up Intense Guava and then Latte. I think Latte is the way to go because this is latte makeup pretty much. Little applicator here. Let me try it first. Let me just, oh, it not really deposit too much product. Okay, nice, nice, nice. So let me grab another brush. Which brush am I for use? I feel like I want to keep this concentrated and not like going all over the place. So let me just use this brush here. Oh, that's cute. This is the 109 from BK Beauty. This is perfect because it just, you see a line of demarcation, right? And me alone see that. Or because it's shiny, you see the difference between it and the rest of the face. Maybe not because even under the eye kind of glowy right now. Let me try the next side. So yeah, these brands are doing the most, and I'm just here like, what do you guys think? Because Alter Ego, honestly, I like that they have the color stories at a more affordable price point, but the formulation leaves a lot to be desired. I don't love the formulation, and the next time they reach out to me, because they've been sending me their palettes, and I feel bad because they're so nice, but it's like the product really doesn't stand up to what I need from a but Jesus. No, I'm not saying nothing out of this order. It's a latte. I mean, I guess it's very, you see no color? I'm not saying nothing. I don't see any color order. I'm gonna leave you alone order. I'm gonna go in with this Givenchy Prism Libre 4 color loose powder, mattifying and blurring setting loose powder. I have 2 shades, number 5 Popeline Mimosa and number 6 Organza Ombre. I'm gonna go in with number 5, which is the lighter of the 2. The 4 colors, so we have beige, brown, and then one orangey one. Wait, orange one there. It's like a light peach. So I'm gonna apply this under the eyes, just using the puff since the puff did in there already with some powder on it. These are in a quadrant of shades. They mix together and it's blurring and setting. Okay. So I'm applying that. This is the first time I'm trying these powders. I picked this up during the sale. These are the minis. They have the larger size. I wanted to try these out because I picked up the pressed version, and the pressed version was just giving too much peach for me. You know what I'm gonna try to do? I'm going to grab like the peach shade and put it over the blush because I feel like it will give me a warmer pop over that blush, even though it's supposed to be a setting powder. So it's adding this warmth. Oh, that smells good. It has the Givenchy like powdery smell. You see what I'm saying? Like it gives a little warmth to the cheeks. And then let me go in with the loose powder in the same shade. I wonder though, like, you see the peach and the pink? See the peach there? Peach, brown, and then, but it looks so peach, like it looked very pink. I mean, it looked very pink. I'm gonna just put it over the cheek area, yeah? Because I'm not gonna want me look too red. I'm in it, we don't know on this redness. No. To finish up, let me just go in with my regular Kosas powder. Because I don't want to make the whole of the face look orange and red. I'm gonna blend out the edge. That looks pretty decent. Looks pretty decent. Okay, let me go do my mascara and then we can come back and do a lip. All right, we are back. I just popped on mascara and some of these lashes from Velour. They're just the lash clusters. I am really loving these, guys. They're so comfortable. Like, I don't even feel them, and it just adds a little bit extra to my lashes without having to put on a strip of lashes. I like it. Okay, let's go ahead and do a lip. What do we want to do for the lip? Something neutral, something natural, all right? Let's go in with this Refi lip pencil. It is a lip sculpt crayon. Shade is Suede. Interesting packaging. Refi is spending a lot of money on custom components. They're not just getting regular run-of-the-mill components that everybody has. They're doing customized packaging, which actually costs a lot of money. Yeah, so very interesting. Wait a minute. This is like a darker warm brown, and I'm just going to outline my lips with the pencil. This is a very comfortable formula. It's not too creamy or emollient where it's sliding around, but it's not dry where it's dragging on my lips. I think this is really nice. It's giving this blurred look to my lips as well. Really nice. It's a twist up pencil, so you don't have to sharpen it. I like that shade too. Now let me go in with another shade, which is Faun. And this Faun is spelled F-A-W-N compared to the e.l.f. Faun. I wonder if that was like a typo or if they intended for the shade to be spelled that way. I don't know. I'm using this color to kind of blend the darker outline with the rest of my lip color, which I have a dark outline naturally to my lips. So I'm kind of neutralizing it with this warmer shade because the outline on my lips looks more gray toned. That's nice. And then let's go in with one of these Hourglass, what are they called? It is the Phantom Volumizing Glossy Balms. And I tried out one shade. I picked it up during the Sephora sale. And once I tried it out, I was hooked. I had to go and get some more. And they're pricey, so I picked them up, of course, again, with that discount. Because, these are so pretty. They look so good on the lips. The shade I'm applying right now is Trace, which is 105. Oh, I was out of focus. Sorry about that, but such a pretty shade. It's a glossy balm, similar to other glossy balms that we've seen. But these look so glossy. They look so pretty on the lips. And they feel comfortable. They're not sticky. And I just think the colors... like, the colors are just giving me... Like, this is a very basic, like, latte look. It looks very, you know, natural and neutral on my skin. And I really like it. I really like this so far. You know what I'm gonna do? The cheeks are fine. The cheeks are looking, you know, a little dull though. If you're going for a very natural look, I think this works. But I feel like since I'm on camera, I'm looking a little washed out. So I'm just gonna add my Tower 28 blush. This is the shade Culver Crush, which is the peachy orangey one, and I think this is just the best shade from that line for me. The other shades are very muted and just look a little bit too dull and ashy on my skin, but this one adds a little bit of warmth, and I think that's just a little extra for this look altogether. So here you have it. This is the final look, and we were talking about dupe culture. Like, what do you guys think? How do you feel about it? Do you think Charlotte Tilbury is justified in coming off the way she does? Like, she's like, listen, okay, you cannot duplicate, you cannot replicate. But I think she's just in her feelings. I think I should finish my thought on that before I ask you your thoughts. I think it's valid for her to be in her feelings. I think it's kind of underhanded for these other brands to come and like steal her homework after all the effort that she's put in and built the reputation for those products, because it's not just that she's created the product, it's innovative, it's different, and they just come and copy it. She's also built the reputation of that product. Like if it wasn't a viral product, if people weren't interested and just buying this nonstop, then it wouldn't be worth it for these brands to replicate, right? So she built the goodwill, she built the reputation, and then to kind of just have it stolen, like low-key stolen from her, I think it sucks, because the success is her doing. Like, e.l.f. would not be selling out of this product if she didn't already initiate that interest. Like, she was the one that invigorated the market and made people excited about the product in the first place. And e.l.f. is just coming now and capitalizing on that. And I think that sucks. It does suck. And, I would be mad too, but I think she can calm down. She can calm down, because now people are just making fun of her because she's like showing that it hurts her. And sometimes you should just stay quiet and just keep innovating versus like responding to the dupes. But at the same time, like, I get where she's coming from. And in addition to that, no one's crying for her. Like, no one cares because she's rich, right? And yes, as I said, it sucks. And it sucks even more because if it was a smaller brand, like an indie brand or like just an up-and-coming brand that was duped, or that their intellectual property was stolen, then we would have been more up in arms about it, right? Like, we would have been angry for them. We would have even gone as far as boycotting a brand or a product, or canceling a brand sometimes over these things, over these slights. But because it's a higher end brand and because it's a multi-million-dollar brand, now we're on the flip side saying, oh, who cares? Like, I'm not going to feel bad for a multi-millionaire. So it's like, depending on who you are, we would care more or less. Like, it's interesting to me, but I think it's shitty. It is shitty. And I don't know why e.l.f. is getting a pass. And I believe it's just because they have set themselves up and placed themselves in the market as an affordable brand that's more accessible to the everyday person. And that alone gives them like good vibes in the community. But a brand like Emco Beauty that is new and just came out the gate duping everything under the sun and being obvious with it, like the packaging, everything is the same. At least e.l.f. is changing things up. Like, they changed the name, they don't make it that obvious. They changed the shades, all that. Emco Beauty is just like, we're copying your homework altogether. We're even copying your name. That's how much we're copying you. But I feel like e.l.f. has, I don't know, they've earned their keep. They've earned their place in the community. They've been around for so long that it's almost like we give them a pass because of it. I don't know, but how do you guys feel about these dupe brands? Back in the day, if you duped a product, it was more like, oh, I'm getting a shade. That's not exactly trying to replicate another thing, but it's similar enough so you can get this cheaper version or cheaper alternative, versus where you're actually replicating the actual product, right? And a few years ago, we would have been more outraged about it. In fact, we would have clowned on the brands that were duplicating products. Like, why are you doing this? This is so underhanded. And now somehow we've evolved to accepting the dupes openly, even applauding them, and actually egging them on, like cheering them on to keep going. And it's just an interesting situation. Like I said, there are nuances to it, there are different sides to it, and I understand both sides. I don't know how to feel because, like I said, it's a multi-million-dollar brand that I don't care about. But at the same time, like what is e.l.f. doing? Like, why are they doing this, and how long can they keep that up? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I don't think I have concrete thoughts right now. maybe it's because it's Charlotte Tilbury and because she is kind of making us feel less sorry for her that I don't feel that strongly about it, versus if it was another brand that I had like some allegiance to or some loyalty to, maybe I would feel a little bit more slighted for them. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like dupe products, if you buy the cheaper alternative, or you stick to the original. I can go both ways, honestly. Like I said, some of these dupes, like e.l.f is a good example, actually expands the shade range, give you some options that weren't available from the original brand, and then it forces the hand of the original brand to step their pussy up. So let me know what you think. I can see pros and cons to it for the consumer. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously for the original brand, it sucks and it's not a good place to be in. It's not a good position because they're losing sales and they're losing potential customers. For the dupe brand, it can go either way. They can really make a splash and, you know, gain this reputation and get the sales, or they can just be seen as a copycat brand like MCO Beauty or Makeup Revolution, and then people just don't buy from them because of that. So it's a gamble when you dupe products. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to, oh, should I tell you about it? Let me quickly run through the products. Because I didn't do that yet. All right. Foundation, the skin tint. This is cute. I feel like I got light coverage from it. I didn't get heavy coverage. It just disappeared on the skin, which can be a plus or minus depending on what you're looking for. It's a little stickier, which is owing to that Hydro Grip ingredient, which I don't mind because that stickiness goes away once you blend it down and it sets down. It goes away, so I don't mind the sticky feeling initially. And I don't mind this product. It feels pretty decent on the skin. Glided on well, feels lightweight. Like I said, after that dry down, it gives a glow. So if you have dry skin or if you just prefer a glowier look, it may be right up your alley. I have oily skin. I don't like a glowy look, but I set it with powder and it didn't get cakey or anything. It looks good. So is it my favorite skin tint? No. Lisa Eldridge probably makes my favorite skin tint. And then the Makeup Forever skin tint, somehow I feel like that's better. There's so many skin tints now on the market that this one is not my favorite, but this one is not a bad one either. So depends on how you feel about it. Is Milk Makeup your brand? Is it more in your price range? Is there a shade that just works better for you? All those things factor into what product you go after. I feel like it's a little stickier, it's a little heavier, lightweight coverage, good skin tone match, shade 10. I like it. It's not my ultimate favorite, but I will continue to use it, especially in the summertime, just for that fresh face look. I do like it, but I feel like for this one, I have to powder it because of that glow. So if you prefer glow, this might be right up your alley. The Makeup Forever one, I feel like I don't necessarily have to powder it, but I would, like I still would powder it, but I don't have to. For the Lisa Eldridge one, I can just forego powder altogether, which is why it's my favorite. Danessa Myricks also makes a great one. So depending on what you're looking for, this might be your, you know, your cup of tea because of the long wear of it. The adherence to your skin, that grip, like it's there. So this might be a more long wearing product. So those are my 2 cents. The concealer thing from MAC, this is gonna have to be applied as a foundation because this did nothing on my skin. I feel like it's a skin tint though. Everyday wear, I'm gonna have to try this as a skin tint, like an all over product, because under the eyes as a concealer, it really didn't do anything. It was very sheer. So jury's out. I'm gonna have to test that more. Then we went in with the Versed concealer, the serum concealer. This is a serum concealer. It's very lightweight. Again, I'm gonna have to test this out on its own because I feel like you saw what I did, right? I applied it and then I blended it and it just went nowhere. So I don't know, but it's a serum concealer. It has more skincare. There's also a skin tint from Versed. Hold on. Yeah, multi-serum skin tint. So I'm going to actually test these out together. Let me know if you want me to do a video with them and we can talk about it because they're drugstore prices. This is more of a skincare brand that's going into color cosmetics. And this eyebrow is so thin compared to that one. Is it obvious? Anyway, what I thought a while ago. Oh, my mother was calling me just now. Let me wrap up and call my mother back. So, I don't know. Jury's still out again for those two products. So, hold on. Hello?
Hi, Tina.
Yeah. Yo, my baby's crying, so I have to go get her soon. Oh my goodness, my poor little poopsie. She is super cute, but she misses her mommy, and I'm pumping right now so I can have breast milk for her. Let me turn that off. All right, so back to it. The concealers, again, let me know for the Verse if you want me to do a video with them. But I think Verse is one of those skincare brands that has a potential to do good things with their makeup, and priced the way they are, they're available in Target. So it's one of those things. Are you guys shopping from Target, by the way? DEI is out the door, and so are a lot of customers, because yeah, I am one of them. I don't really go to Target that much, honestly, truly, and I've been going less and less, especially since they did away with DEI. Like, they were very vocal about it. They weren't even like, oh, we're done. No, them come out and say it, and that's how it really rubbed me the wrong way, so them can go on. But Verse has a potential to do great things. All right. The eyeshadow, you can't get this palette anymore. Just a neutral eyeshadow palette. I really like it. So if you have it, pull it out. Put it to use. It's a nice eyeshadow palette. Just from the neutral shades that I tried. They were really nice. The cream eyeshadow from RMS. Again, I used the shade Flare. This was nice. It applied really well. It's not creasing. It blended out nicely. Oh my God, this is really nice. I don't like the packaging. This metal packaging is kind of a headache, but it is what it is. I'll make it work though, because that color was really pretty. It applied really well. I like it. And then we have the little shaky from Urban Decay. I'm gonna be one of those people that say I like this. I like what it did, because it's like, even in the light right now, I'm seeing the sparkle and the shimmer, but it's not chunky. And a lot of brands have been doing chunky, like glitter-packed shimmer lately, especially in palettes. They're flaky, they go everywhere, there's fallout. I hate those finishes so much. Oh my God, I hate them. And this is kind of giving the effect of the sparkle, but it's so sophisticated. And I feel like that's what's going to separate the naysayers from the yay-sayers, because if you're looking for metallic shine and chunky shimmer and just glitter and sparkle, like ultimate sparkle, even though this says Space Cowboy Intense, it's not intense, okay? It's not intense. It's not going to be in your face sparkle. So if that's what you're looking for, no, stay away. If you're looking to get that look, but leveled up, like a grown and sexy version, this is not, like, I don't know if, I don't know, let me turn down the light and see if you can tell. Can you tell? You can't really tell, don't it? I don't know how to make you see it, but me just say, it's like this sophisticated sparkle that's just enough, because it's like this silvery undertone, like it's cute and it's not too pigmented, the base of it. So it's like you have the base shadow, which I have down, and then I amped it up a bit with this. I like it. Do I think all the shades will be like things that you should? I don't know. I ain't checked the other shades out. If they want to send it my way, sure, I'll happily check them out. Urban Decay sends me PR every now and then. These they didn't send to me, but like they sent me Face Bond, and they sent me some neutral let me show you another pencil them they sent me. These neutral pencils. These, yeah, they sent me these. I don't know that they spoke about them, but they sent them to me. So I get Urban Decay every now and then. So if they want to send me, hey, Herbs, if you want to send me the other shades to test out, I'll test them out. But these, well, this shade specifically, I like. What else did we try? The blush, Latte. This from Huda Beauty, the Latte shade, did absolutely nothing. This, it really just looked like my complexion. And that's user error, because maybe the shade just was, it wasn't for me. Why am I gonna pick it up for fast, you know? This would work out for lighter skin if you wanted a neutral blush. For me, I can still use it though as a base. Like you saw, I use it as a base for a very subtle color. So I can use this in tandem with like a subtle blush, like a subtle neutral blush. Oh my God, my mirror keeps like dimming the light. Anyway, I can use this as like a base for a more subtle blush, and I think it will work because I already have it, so I'm gonna have to use it. But the color, user error. Maybe the brighter guava shade is going to be more punchy, but people have been raving about this blush so much that I wanted to try it out, and that shade is just not the shade that I should have tried. I need the bolder shade, which I'll try in another look. The lips, the Refi lip pencil, I really like it because of the shades. The Faun shade is like a really good nude shade for my lips to help kind of neutralize the gray in my lips. So I really like the lip pencils. You know what? To me, lip pencils are judged on a couple of things. Well, obviously, right? But price, is it in your price range? I got it on sale, so it was a little cheaper. It's like $20-something, I think, for the actual pencil. 2 is the texture of it. Is it dry? Is it draggy? Is it creamy? Is it emollient? Is it going to be long lasting or smudgy? Like what are we looking at, right? And then the shades. So for the most part, the formulations for lip pencils tend to be pretty decent unless they just completely mess up, like they completely botch it. Like unless that happens, lip pencils tend to be, yeah, same across the board. Not many brands will mess up a lip pencil, but the shade is going to be the selling point, at least for me. And I don't know if it's the same for you, but the shade is going to be the selling point for me. Most brands have a dark brown. Okay, cool. But do you have a neutral shade that works for my complexion, my lip color, because my natural lip color, and what look I'm going for? That's really how I judge pencils. Like, what am I going for? And I think this color, Faun, is really good. The other shade, which is Suede, the dark brown, I can take that or leave that. Not a big deal. So I like the lip pencil. It's up to you though if the shade works out for you, and the formula. I think the formula is nice. It glides on. It feels like it's more long wearing, but it doesn't tug and drag on the lips, which is ideal. That's the best case scenario. And then the Hourglass lip balm, I love that. Love. When I tell you I love it, I love them so bad. I have 6 of the shades, that's how I love it. I love it, man. And I've been loving these balm products, so that's my bias. But these Hourglass ones, they remind me of, there was a shade from, was it Shuimore or Shiseido? I think it was Shiseido. 109 that I used to, maybe it was Shuimura, one of them dear, and I used to wear it all the time. Shade 109. It was a twist up pencil like that, but it was a lipstick, but it was a sheer lipstick. That used to be my go-to shade, and this formula reminds me of that. These are more glowy though. They're definitely a juicier, glossier finish, and look, it's sticking around. Like, it's sticking around. So I'm absolutely in love with these. They're very pricey. I don't think they're worth the price point. Absolutely not. I think you need to get these on sale. They're very expensive, but they're Hourglass, so you know, it is what it is. The packaging is beautiful. The application is beautiful. The wear is gonna be obviously like a balm. You have to reapply it, but I love it, and I love the shades that I picked up. I'm going to do a haul video, all being well, so I can showcase all the shades that I picked up, but I love the ones that I got so far. So there you have it. Oh, the powder. We didn't talk about the powder. The loose powder from Givenchy. Who decided that these were that? I'm glad I got them in travel sizes, because the powder itself, the formulation is really pretty. Like, it's a blurring powder. It's a smooth, really pretty powder. Like, it's a nice finish on the skin. The colors though, these are meant to be, what are they? What are they? What artists? Like, what are they supposed to be? Because it's given blush. It's given orange peachy blush on my skin, which I guess if you're using it as a color corrector, that would work. But like, why would I want a color correcting powder? Because I'm gonna set my face. It's like using a green powder over your redness. It will neutralize, like, I don't know what the intent is. Because there are only gonna be certain places on my face that needs color correcting. I guess under my eye. Me no know. I like the powder. I like the finish of the powder. I like the look of it. It's lightweight. It smells nice. It's lightweight. It blurs. It smooths. It not cakey. It look nice. But the colors. Me I forgot use it some more. I'll probably have to use the lighter one under the eyes, and then figure out how to use the darker one, because that peach is a little bit too strong for me. Little bit too strong. I almost forgot to mention the Rare Beauty Effortless Bronzer Sticks. These are cute. These are cute, okay? They blend out really easily. They're not overly pigmented. I think they're a very manageable formula. I think they're even beginner friendly, if I want to go that far to say that. These were nice to apply and blend out. The shades though are questionable. I have a really warm shade and then a contour shade. So if they're meant to be, well, they're bronzer sticks. So they didn't claim to be contours because they have the liquid contour formulation. Either way, I saw these and I wanted to test them out, and so far so good. I love a good bronzer stick. I love a good cream bronzer, a cream contour. I love this type of product. I also love a powder. So I really like these. I think they're a little bit pricey though. For what it's worth, and from Rare Beauty, I expected these to be a little cheaper. But I got them during the sale, so I got a discount. But the discount is what I would be comfortable paying. I don't know. There's so many options on the market now that I'm here or there. I don't know. The orange one is really orange, and it can be a little scary, honestly. And then the contour shade, to me, look at me. It looks a little faded, right? So they're very subtle. Either they're very subtle or they just faded. Either way, like, if that works for you, let it work for you. I'm going to continue to use them and test them out. So far, so good, because I love how it just blended seamlessly with the rest of my complexion products. So yeah, I like them. I don't think they're stellar. I don't think they're amazing, especially at that price point. It's not like they're more affordable. So, you know, Sephora has some contour sticks too that may be an option for you to check out. So yeah, those are my 2 cents. There you have it. Those are all the products that we used. I'm going to leave a full list of all the products used and mentioned in this video down below in the description box, along with links on where you can pick them up. If there is an asterisk next to any of those links, that indicates that it is an affiliate link. That means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. I also get a sales commission if you shop using my YouTube links. You know, the ones that pop up and say, hey, you want to shop these products? Here, click through. It's a great way to show your support for the channel. It doesn't change the sale price. It just gives me a sales commission or a kickback for you using my links. So if you want to support your favorite creator, that's an easy way to do it. If you're already shopping, don't find an excuse to shop. Don't use it as an excuse. But if you're already shopping, please consider using my links. I also have just general affiliate codes and affiliate links down below. Feel free to use those if you feel so inclined. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.